Hey guys, I'm back again with another video here, and my next project. So this past weekend I ended up selling both the Brats, actually to some guy right across the street, which is kind of funny, but took the money that I earned from that and I flipped it into this one. What I got here is a 86 Dodge Ram. It's a W150. This thing came from Arizona and it's an old farm truck. So as you can see, paint's been touched up in a couple of spots. I haven't dove into it to see if there's any Bondo underneath it yet. But I just bought this from a gentleman who had purchased it from Arizona about 3 months ago. And he drove it out here to Cali. And honestly, he said he was loving the truck. But, well, it has so depending upon who you are, you're going to be excited or not. It has the 225 slant 6, which I'm happy to hear because I don't mind. A little less power for a little bit more MPGs now that I've actually been getting practical about stuff because I don't need big V8 power. But yeah, so it's got 225 and go ahead and pop the hood for you here. Interior is just beautiful for anything that I've seen for this era. You can see four-wheel drive and the 4-speed stick. Should be the MP 435 trams. And it didn't pop up, did it? Pop. Anyways, it ended up there we go. The worm drive gear for the oil pump on the on the engine in here. Oh, it gets better. The worm drive gear on the oil pump ended up eating itself. So gentleman shut it down quick enough. He pulled the oil pan off and he found, metal shavings in it, and he hasn't been running it. It's got a brand new timing setup here, Offenhauser, and a 600 CFM Edelbrock on a slant 6, which is absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, yeah. And in case you thought that was crazy, it gets even better. Also, I love this. I can stand in this engine bay and do all the work on this thing. But it gets even better. Come around on the side, you probably can't see it because the light's off. There's a block number. You can kind of see it. That block number is from a 68, 69. So the original slant, I don't know if it blew up or what, from the old farmer. And he found this one, which was just recently redone. Says the dude I bought it from says he had the paperwork. He still has to get the paperwork to me on it, but it's remand heads and remand cylinders. Like the whole head was just done. So I'm pretty excited about that because I've got myself pretty much new slant 6 here. But yeah, so yeah, back in the parking garage so it stays dry. So as you can see, maybe you can. Yeah, you can see it. The bottom of the motor is all opened up in there because it's all apart so that we can do a camshaft on it, which for my stuff isn't going to be too bad. Got the oil pan there. He popped a hole in the radiator, so I've got a brand new radiator here. The only difference is this is a radiator off of a 360, he says. So it's a little bit thicker, and I believe he said that the fill port, or the top hose, is in the center. So it might be a little weird finding stuff for it. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it yet. Oh, it's on the other side. That's where it is. It's on that side instead of that side. But I have the fan shroud. The fan itself is here somewhere, you know. I have the keys for the toolbox. Perfect. Yeah. I'll show you guys the interior. Just went through. It's got brand new 6x9s on both corners there. And got a 400 watt box with I think a 10-inch back there. So I'm excited for that. Bluetooth head stereo, Sun Pro Tech, auto meter water temp, auto meter oil temp, and then knock off oil pressure right there. All the gauges work as far as I understand. Fuel gauge, volts, heat, they all should work. Bluetooth radio was put in. Headlights for all the unknowledge people. High beam switch right there. It's a little nipple. You bump it and it turns it on and off. It's gonna need a windshield. Windshield's cracked. And a little concerning because if you look, I'm gonna need to put weather seals in it because if you look right there, you can start to see the sunlight. Supposedly this is one of those exact fit columns, but it's fitting over this weather stripping. So I might have to do a little trimming to it to make sure everything fits. This latch is all loose, but smoker windows work, both sides. And then it's got the big West Coast tow mirrors, which I like a lot actually. Not complaining that the stock winds are bad, but like, it just makes it look really cool. So anyways, yeah, my plan is going to be this weekend I'm going to try and get all the parts ordered so I can get this old slant back up and running, and then I might do some dumb stuff and try and find another block, and then I'll put that one in, take this one out, because this is the 68 block, which was manufactured, you know, back in the day when nickel content was a lot higher. So like the block's a lot stronger in this one, and there's no downsides to this block. So I'll probably, I'll pull the block out, probably punch it 10 or 20 over, because I mean the inside isn't too bad. I think if I rebuild it now, if you roll underneath it, you can see the walls aren't perfectly shiny, but you know, the cross hatching's worn down. So I'll probably punch it like 10 over, and then deck the block, deck the head, and yeah. For anyone interested, I've already picked out what I'm going to do, at least with this block as it sits right now, because I don't want to do any head work to it yet, is I'm going to pick up a cam from a company called Oregon Cam Grinding. It's going to be their number 2106, and it is a, from what they tell me, it's a very good low RPM torque cam. I'm not trying to hot rod speed this thing. I'm trying to make this thing just to be an absolute just pull truck queen. You know what I'm saying? So it is a short bed, so it'll be a lot of fun if I ever can find trails out here. But yeah, it's got brand new 31 10.5s on it. Full size spare underneath. The frame under, I believe it's this side. Yeah, this side he went through and was scotch brightening it down, rusty primer, and then repainting it. But if you come over on this side, he didn't get there yet. And I'm trying to flash out. I can actually. you can see like the stock stamping numbers on the frame, which, coming from the guy who, well, you all saw my last Dodge if you watched the tire review that I had. Yeah, that thing was completely junked. Undersides of the floor pans are just beautiful. I mean, you can see, I was told by my friend, you gotta watch out for like this area. It's just, there's nothing there to concern yourself with. I'm gonna need to find a power arm badge, but that's the least of my worries. That's the new venture. Need a U-joint. That's a little jacked up, but now you can see in there aftermarket oil pressure and all such. And then there's the inside of the slant, which has probably some of the biggest counterweights and crap that I've ever seen in a engine. And I pulled apart a 466 and they were about the same size. And then way up in there, there's the cam gear, which you can see is tapered off at an angle. Comes to a little point, you know, like a triangle. And it's supposed to be like like this gear here with square tops. So I've read that if you aren't too careful with these, if you try and run too much oil pressure through the pumps, or if you load the oil pump too hard and you run it like really high RPMs and stuff, you have a good chance of smoking that gear, since they're not really rated for all that much load. But, yeah, otherwise it's just a straight clean truck all the way down. Oh, and I just lost flash because my battery's low. So yeah, go ahead and slide out of here. Alright, but yeah, if you guys enjoy the craziness that I keep posting up, I suggest you drop a subscribe button, because this is not the end of all the craziness, I'm sure. Something about me that kind of find those really cool one-offs. You know, you don't see single cab short beds all that often. I'm not sure about Dodges, because I've never been too much into the Dodges trucks. But yeah. Also, for those of you wondering, it has 61,000 original miles from 1986. Right there, 61,000. Look at the pedals. Yeah. No, that's 60,000 miles worth of pedal use, especially as a farm truck. But yeah, basically need a little cleanup. Need a window, door crank handle, and yeah, one of those ones. But otherwise, I think this is going to be a pretty dope little truck. So yeah. Oh yeah, I have the fan should be in here. Where's the keys? Other pocket. It's not in there, but it's around here somewhere. But, yeah. Let's see. Actually locks. So, yeah. This one I'm gonna definitely have to title back home in Wisconsin, because if you saw the engine compartment, it has 0 emissions. That's the original timing chain. Some really black oil. yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like and make sure you stop on by probably next Monday, and I'll get the little update on it. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.